Hey guys, so I'm so excited for our very first April mastermind with my beautiful friend Erin, who seriously I'm obsessed with. I've been obsessed with her since last year when I discovered her Instagram page, and she actually created a few of my Giphy stickers earlier this year, and I just knew I needed her to teach us a mastermind, not just on GIF, whatever, however you guys want to say it, but really just the power of motion and GIFs in general, using that in your content, because this whole mastermind is called Scroll Stopping Content, which seriously, you guys need to check out her page. It's Content Factory KC. I will put all her information on how you guys can find her below this video in the Marketing Hive, obviously. So be sure to connect with her. She's also actually in the Hive, so I'm sure you guys can direct any questions you guys do have to her. But she's amazing. I'm now gonna let her give her own introduction.
Oh my God, what an intro. Can I start sharing my screen before I do that?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. It's going to take me a minute, and I apologize in advance for any cats that get in the way.
No, we want them away. I'm like, show me the kitties.
Well, she already jumped off of my lap, and it hurt because I need to clip her nails. Cool.
Oh, my bad. I said I thought it was scroll stopping content. Never mind. It's getting Giphy with it. My bad. Which is
I didn't even notice.
I love it. It's fine.
We're on the same page most of the time.
Yes.
Okay, so this is getting Jiffy with it. I say Jiffy. Using Jiffy for your business, exactly like Maddie said, creating the scroll stopping content using like motion with GIFs and memes and Jiffy stickers and repurposing them and all that good stuff. Real quick, the outline is I'm going to tell you what Jiffy is first and like all the different ways you can use it, because I think there's some like different ways that people perceive Jiffy, like whether it's just like finding those funny GIFs or if it's like using Jiffy stickers. I definitely know it more as like the Jiffy sticker aspect, but I'm learning more about it every day because I think it's like a vital piece of software to create your content with. And then we're going to go into using motion in your social media, creating memes using GIFs, and then finally we'll wrap it up with some Jiffy sticker goodness. And like Maddie said, I'm Erin. I'm the founder and creative director of Content Factory. We are located in Kansas City. Oh, sorry. There's a cat. Okay. We're your go-to design studio, making your business unforgettable and successful through creativity and content. So basically, we are like the visual side of your business so you can stay like ambitious and scaling and like doing what you do best in your own business. Okay, so like what the F is Jiffy? It is similar to like Pinterest, where Pinterest is more of a search engine than like, it's not a social media. That's what Jiffy is. And so it's integrated with different social media platforms to host content that you put Jiffy onto these different social media platforms. It was recently acquired by Facebook. I see big things happening for it in the future because like Facebook got Instagram, and look how big it is, and like WhatsApp and stuff like that. But also at the same time, Facebook is weird, and sometimes there's like legality issues around Facebook and like lawsuits and stuff. I recently saw an article about Jiffy in the UK and how it was going to. Oh, I should have put this in there, but it was like, since I'm not in the UK, I don't know about their like GDPR laws.
Yeah, they're like they have a lot of laws, like when it comes to like the internet and like social media.
Yes, and so Jiffy was, I think it's because it was acquired by Facebook that they were getting some sort of like review by a UK entity. So like not like the FCC, but like something in overseas. So that was interesting to me that because Facebook owns it now. That's like getting kind of like reviewed by the UK. So that's something to look forward to for me, since it's like what I do for a living. But so you can find Jiffy stickers, GIFs, clips, which I'll show you, and then a lot more on their app and their website. Clips is something new that I think me and Maddie discovered on a call together. She was like, do you know if you can search videos that have sound? And I was like, I don't know. I've never thought about it. And then we just like, oh yeah, you can.
Like you said, like I'm always discovering something new. And I think why I'm the most excited to dive into just this mastermind in general is because I'm that person who always just assume, like I know it's like I assume people know these things. So for instance, I thought everybody knew how to make a meme, like using
Yeah.
a GIF, and then I realized no, and not everybody does. And I'm like, oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? It's like, it's something that you do every day, and you could just like, someone was like, here, use this to make a meme. I'm like, okay, done.
Yeah.
But if I like gave it to, I don't know, someone who is I don't know, I can't even think of it, an accountant, they're like, a meme, like what's that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so why does Jiffy matter? And kind of the whole premise of this presentation is that you're adding motion and scroll stopping, like little pieces of content to your website, your social media, grabs the attention because it is using motion. So we all know that our attention spans are like that. So if you can grab them for just like a little bit longer than it takes for them to like, flick their thumb on the screen, that's great. Also with Jiffy stickers and using GIFs to like create your own branded memes, you're making your brand and your content more fun. Use Jiffy stickers to sell on your Instagram stories, draw attention to the certain like calls to action, make a sticker with a call to action like tap here, swipe up, so on and so forth. It creates engaging content across your preferred platforms. Like I said, Jiffy is integrated, which I have a slide about that in a minute, with a lot of different apps and websites. So it makes it really easy for you to use things that you upload to Jiffy. You can use them in like Canva and Instagram stories, Facebook Messenger, like whatever your preferred method of like social media is. Jiffy has an integration with that, and so it's easy for you to use it. And like I said, it's a really powerful search engine that it's like, I'm trying to compare it to something. It's not like what you would say like Facebook is. It's not something like that big, but it's really powerful because you can search literally anything, pop culture, history, like anything you can find, anything you want to find, it's on Jiffy, and you can find it across the internet. It's pretty crazy. Once I kind of realized that it was more like a search engine than like, I don't know, like a folder or something like that, it really like changed my perception of how I was using it in my business.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, here are some integrations. In Instagram stories and in Reels, you can search for stickers and GIFs, like just maybe, do I have a slide on? Real quick, I want to go over the difference between GIFs and Jiffy stickers. Jiffy stickers on the left there, the transparent, like it's a GIF file, and so you can like drag and drop it anywhere, like on your Instagram stories, like we've all used these before. And then GIFs are these either like animations, like the one that says you're my favorite notification, or on the right, from like a screen grab of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Just want to clarify what those are, since I'll be using them several times in the presentation. Okay, back to the integrations. You have Instagram stories and Reels. You can use stickers and GIFs. On Facebook Messenger posting, Facebook groups, you can use GIFs and stickers. I think stickers are only available in Messenger, and maybe like if you're making a story on Facebook, but let's face it, I think we all use Instagram stories, then post it to Facebook. Mm-hmm. Snapchat, you have stickers. Apple, there is an app for it, and it is GIFs and stickers. TikTok, you can use stickers. Twitter, they integrate with just GIFs. MailChimp, just GIFs, and you can embed it anywhere. I recently started using, what's it called, Kartra, to like transfer some courses to that. It'll take a long time to do, but I recently was like using the email software it has, and I was bummed that I can't just like search for a GIF like I can on MailChimp. So instead I just went to their website, and I embedded it into like some code, and it was really easy to do. It took a minute to learn, but like now I know, and now I can like keep using GIFs, which I'm really excited about.
Yes. Also love Kartra. That's what this is on.
Okay, that's what I thought. I need to ask you some questions about it.
Yes.
Okay, I want to show you guys around Jiffy. I'm going to pull that up and transfer. Oh my gosh, okay. Zoom is so cool how you can just like switch between things. Okay, so here's Jiffy. Maybe you've never been on their website before, but it's pretty cool. You have reaction GIFs, entertainment, sports, stickers like what I do, and then here even like the artists that work for Jiffy or like have an account like a Jiffy artist, so people can hire them to make stickers. And then they have like this whole section here where their FAQ has like some really good, I wouldn't call them blogs, but has a lot of really good information about like how you can use Jiffy, how to upload, how to do all that stuff. And then they even have some, and they're always adding some new stuff. Like I updated in my Jiffy course, they started doing, what's it called? AR. So you can like download a Jiffy
cool.
AR app and like drop. It's not very good. And I think it can definitely be better. But it's basically just like take your Jiffy sticker and just like stick it in your room somewhere. So it's kind of cool, but like the app sucks. So they're always adding some like new stuff like that. And there's even a new tab where you can make your Jiffy sticker in Jiffy.
I also like that they have the trending. I always like, because I always tell clients and like even the Hive members too, where when it comes to like when you're going to create a meme, you know, I had this realization yesterday with even reels, like where it's just like you are more likely to have something go viral if you use something that is trending.
Yeah. Okay. I can't stand seeing like the same thing over and over again, but it's like it works. So that's why people keep doing it.
Same. And how I have this realization was because of reels. Like for me, like that's literally why I like dragged my feet for so long, because like I want to create the original content, but it's one of those things where I get it, like it's trending, so that's why people use these sounds, and you can make it your own. And I think that goes with the memes too, and like where it's like you can use any of these reactions to relate to an eyelash extension, like obviously like maybe not these per se, but you know, whatever industry you're in, you can somehow relate it to you, like your industry and brand, because like obviously I use a lot of the Kardashian ones, hashtag on brand. But
yeah, exactly. You could definitely take like this My Lips Are Sealed one and use it for a hairdresser being like, oh, once you're in my chair, my lips are sealed, you know, like
like that's not your
classic.
Natural blonde. Oh, my lips are sealed.
Yeah. Exactly. Way to think quick on your feet.
It's awesome because like I have so many hair like dresser account that I'm like, I am secretly like, oh, you don't know that I'm not a hairdresser? Oh, my lips are sealed.
Yeah, so this is a really great way, which I mostly use, which I will show you guys later. I mostly use GIFs through Canva because that's where I create like our social media content. And so, because you could find them on there, which is fantastic. And I'll show you later, but I wanted to show you like around Jiffy so you can kind of get a feel for it. If you want a Jiffy account where you like put stickers and stuff, I'll show you ours. Oh, not that. Not to brag, 12 million views. Yeah, so this is where you'll upload like all of your Jiffy stickers, and that's how you can find them. The way you like search for them is, I'm trying to find like okay, we'll just use this one. Not Christmas, but that's okay. So you would tag like your business name in it or your like social media handle, whatever. Don't use like the @ symbol. And then you would just tag it with like Christmas, Kansas City, and so on and so forth. So you can find it that way by searching. That's why I just tag all of ours with like Content Factory or Content Factory KC, so I can find them quickly to use them in Jiffy. Instead of like searching Christmas, like you're going to get a million stickers when you search for Christmas. Yeah, that is Jiffy.
I've started to notice too, like it's almost like with keywords, just like with any, like people, like social media keywords, I think that term keeps coming up with like SEO and stuff, and like how, you know, now in Instagram, like the captions, you know, that's why they're favoriting longer captions, because it's like they're picking up on that SEO. So I even tell people, so if you guys are watching this and like exploring Jiffy too, like while watching this, sometimes I like to, I'll type in even like boho, like, so I have one client who she's very boho. And so like when I want to make her Instagram stories like cute and like branded, I'll like type in boho flat, like, you know, where it's like even using like weird, like obviously bees, you know, like there's just so many things you can search. And I think that's where a lot of the times I personally, I don't know if you, Erin, get it, but a lot of times people will be like, how did you think to search that? And it is just like my brain, you know, because I've done it for so long. But think about words that relate to your brand too, and you might discover some, even not, like for instance, I have one client who her branding is purple, like so many shades of purple. So I've typed it in purple, and like I'll get purple arrows, I'll get purple, like so many things that are purple. So anyway.
Yeah, I love that they can differentiate the colors. I don't think you have to like necessarily tag it as like pink for it to show up as pink. I think it's just like,
oh, that's awesome,
part of Jiffy, which is really great. Another thing is like when you do, like if you search boho, I think like having that one like general keyword is really great, because then you can like scroll through these and be like, oh, daisies, that's perfect. Now I can search pink daisies or like something like that. So just kind of having like that general term, like for me, maybe it's like photographer or like content creation. And then from there, I'm like, oh, computer, oh, camera. Like that's a good way to find some new stuff too. And then also if you go on Pinterest and search like, I can't remember if you, Jiffy or GIF, there's like people always like screenshots like these really cool accounts with like
cool
boho GIFs or
and that's like back to the artist.
No one has
like
done mine yet.
Yeah, that's kind of how I've found artists too, where it's like, because sometimes they'll be like type in this word and like exactly what you said, where it's like we'll come up with, because like each of these stickers was created by an artist, and it shows you, like, you know.
Yeah, you can see it here. This one's Octolab. Call me Luaco. Yeah, you get the point. Okay, now we've done this. Let me switch back. Sorry, this is not seamless. Okay. Cool. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. So here are some ways that you can put motion into your social media, which is kind of what this is all about. We always talk about how like video is king of like content, whether it's Instagram stories with you talking on it or showing like your day, GIFs that you put on your feed, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, Zooms, like video is important. And so these are just some like different ways that you can add video to your social media and your web presence, like it's 2001. So like I said, people have been telling us to use video for years. And if you haven't, like this is the year to start. It's a great way if you don't want to show your face, like some of these ways that I'm going to show you, grab your audience attention, make fun branded content, yada, yada. Okay, so some of the type of motion that you can use is you can repurpose your Jiffy stickers into animations for your feed, which will go back. Like this year, my favorite notification, I started out as an animation, but I could easily turn that whole thing, take out the background and use it as a Jiffy sticker. So just something like that. Oops, okay. And then Instagram Reels, like you were just talking about, and like TikTok, I think that's a really great way. You don't necessarily have to show your face to do it. Obviously it benefits you if you do, but I think you can use animated backgrounds, you can use photos, Jiffy stickers, animations. Like there's a lot of different things that you can use to start utilizing video, including GIFs, like making memes or just posting like the whole GIF to your page as well. Some examples that I'm going to show you on the next slide: cinemagraphs, stop motion, time lapse, and slow motion. Just some like fun
I'm
videos.
so glad. Like again, guys, I'm obsessed with her. We're just, and why I'm so excited we're having this is because I still think a lot of people in the Hive too, like it is hard to like show, like, you know, where, okay, for a disclaimer, Erin is also like dating, like her boyfriend is a legit director, so like not fair, but at the same time, like obviously she's like taught herself a lot as well. But my point is where there are workaway rounds of you being able to use motion and like video without like showing your face or having to be like a legit videographer. It's going to be inevitable at the, like eventually, yes, we all like I do believe that come like in the next 5 years or so, like just like businesses hire a social media manager, they are going to need to start hiring a video person because it's just like the value in that is, what's the word I'm looking for? Like invaluable,
Priceless?
like priceless.
Invaluable,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because seriously, and it's one of those things where, yes, it's expensive, but it's definitely something to explore. So like, again, that's probably like another mastermind for another day, but I'm glad Erin's showing you other ways you can use motion and video. So continue.
Yes. So this first one you see, disclaimer, I found 3 of these on Canva. The one in the middle, we did ourselves. Cinemagraph, let me see if it will play. There you go. It's just like a picture with like a moving element to it. They're really cool. They're kind of hard to make, but they're really cool.
Yeah.
Then we have slow motion. Easy to make on your iPhone, easy to make on a camera, easy to edit anywhere. Time lapse, you can see pretty, also easy to make on your phone, really popular for like DIY or like behind the scenes type stuff. And then stop motion, really popular for unboxings, as you can see. I know, I love this one.
Chills. Because also I love that brand.
I know, me too. I love their branding,
Packaging,
I love everything
yes.
about them. Yeah, I have an order on my way, actually. The one thing I don't like is their shipping takes like 10 solid business days, and I'm just like, but I want it tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, so these are just some like fun ways that you can use motion and video without ever showing your face.
Question: Are you gonna talk? Maybe this is not in your presentation, but and I guarantee, like if it's not, nobody's in here right now. But my question is, how did you make the stop motion? Like, did you use an app, or was that really like you guys?
Yes, that's really us. We used a seamless background, the blue, and then we just made it a flat lay. And we had it's called a C-stand, and we attached so on the camera that we use, there's a little, what's it called? It's like where you would screw in like a tripod. Like we're on that part, there's a C-stand, and it goes like this. You can like lay the camera flat like that, so you can get like a perfect flat lay. And then from there, we just kind of like planned it out, and then with each
one picture at a time,
we just took a new photo. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I just know people I'm like, I already know people. I'm like, okay, can she do a mastermind teaching us how to do that?
I would love to. That would be really fun. It would have to be like a long one.
Yeah. Hey.
And like a full setup. That would be really fun. But specifically for this one, Jacob wanted to do something that like you kind of saw it from this angle while it was laying down, and then like went up like that. And so that was something that we kind of had to maneuver with the C-stand. It's like a 360 arm. The arm can go all the way around. That's kind of how we did that part to it.
Amazing.
It's a lot of fun. I could watch it all day.
Okay, wrote that down. That's a great mastermind.
Okay, and then finally, not finally, I have a section after this, but GIFs and memes, which are like really big right now. At the beginning of the year, I was doing like research on content that was going to be popular for 2021, and memes was on it again, and it's been on like lists by like Later and Hootsuite and like all those places for a couple years. And they're saying, I don't know if I believe them because I feel like they're too popular. They're saying that this might be the last year that memes are like a popular piece of content. I'm just going to
Lots.
use them until I die.
Same.
It's my favorite one because they're relatable, they're funny, and I really like that you get to like show off your own personality, specifically for like me and Maddie, since like we are like the face of the business and like our business is us. It's a really fun way to like show our audience our favorite things. Like
And
Maddie
humor.
had that really good meme of all of the like 2000 popular actresses like Mandy Moore and Hilary Duff. Like I
Epic.
love that one so much because it shows us that like we are people born in the 90s. We love 90s culture and like all those fun things. I've actually been watching an Amanda Bynes show from the 2000s. So that's what made me think of it.
What is it? Are you watching What I Like About You?
Yeah, you know
Yes.
it.
Yes, I watched that.
And so it's just fun to like show people the things that we care about. Like I love doing like Clueless memes or like 90s like female movies, like stuff like that. I love those so much. So I like to use those. Use references your audience will relate to as well. Since my audience is mostly women my age, it works really well. But you can use, I have this whole section in the course that is about how to make memes for your audience, where I talk about like my mom wouldn't know what like a Broad City meme is, but she would understand like a Brady Bunch meme.
Yes. Oh my
And
goodness.
so that's something to just keep in mind when you're creating these memes and the content for your audience is like their age range and like are they going to understand a meme from the Brady Bunch when your like prime audience is Gen Z? Because probably not.
Oh my gosh, that makes me feel old.
I know.
Like, because I do
And
know
then
the
use
Brady. I like would never really use the Brady Bunch, but like,
right.
but I like what you said because it does show your personality in your like the slide says, your humor. And the best example I can think of is, so Erin just said like the 90s for us. I have a client who she is an 80s baby and she loves like the Brat Pack. Like I do too,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm more like I'm with Erin. Like I get more nostalgia. Like I'm gonna use a 90s movie reference GIF for a meme before I would use like a picture of the Brat Pack. But like
Yep.
me knowing that with her brand, like we own that. And I think too, what I want you guys to take away from this slide and just in general too is like these moving gifts and memes, like make them to that people know that that is your brand. So like we made one for her and it was like it was something with like 8 reasons why explained by the Brat Pack, and we like chose memes from or gifts from like Pretty in Pink, literally every single Brat Pack movie you could think of, and like it
That's
was one of
cool.
my favorites because and it was not only was it engaging because it had like the gifts, but it also was a carousel. Those are some of my
Yeah.
favorite posts is when you can have like 5 things, like whatever, like insert number and then like blank and then have it be carousel with chef's. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. My like top performing posters, the carousels that have like
Yes.
some animation to it, whether it's like a GIF that you've included or like a Jiffy sticker you've added on top of it, stuff like that. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're really fun to do as well because you're like, oh, how would this relate back to Clueless and how would this relate back to whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so memes will increase your engagement, like we were just saying. Increase engagement. Okay, I don't know what I'm typing. They're funny and disarming. So like when you use them in like a sales post or like you're promoting something, people will stop to read it longer and maybe they'll catch on that you're selling them something, but they're gonna laugh along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hence like
Okay, so like we were just
like the Kardashian one I did with Kris Jenner, and it was like her holding her like rich as fuck like
yeah.
thing, and I'm like, oh,
The
you,
rings,
like
yeah.
the Marketing Hive, where it's like you.
Oh, her little bag, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Kris Jenner. Love. Okay, so quick, I have a definition of a meme and some examples in case someone in the Hive is like, what's a meme? Which I don't think anyone would, because they know you and they see your business. But anyway, so later says, with any piece of media that passes from person to person on the internet, they usually have some kind of cultural reference, like we were talking about. They're funny, like we were talking about, clever, and they typically feature a combination of text and imagery, and especially for this instance, motion, using GIFs over photos, just because people will pay attention to them longer. But I think like everyone was using that Bernie photo from the inauguration, so photos work well too.
Yep.
Here are some that I made for my course.
Which
Lizzo, Alexis,
you definitely have to
Dolly
talk about
Parton.
your course at the end too.
Okay, I will. Oh, okay. Some of my 3 favorite ladies, Lizzo, Dolly, and Alexis. Continued video content using to make a branded meme. I use David a lot in emails that I send, just because he has such great reactions, and I love that they have the text on the GIF as well.
Mm-hmm.
Animations, like I talked about, you can repurpose your Jiffy stickers or add stickers to like static images. I see people do that a lot. Photos of themselves, like maybe at a computer, and they'll put like some, I don't know what to call them, like sunbeams or like little rays that like kind of pop out of their head or something, just to like add some motion to your feed, get people to stop a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of we kind of talked about this already. Highly engaging, they increase your shares and your saves and your comments, which is what is important to us at Content Factory, just because it feels like people are taking like a little extra time to acknowledge your presence. I know that people were saying that like they're not more important, but it's like what you value in social media. I know that personally, like when I'm scrolling, I'll just like a lot of different things. And so when I see that people have saved it or they've commented on it, it just means more to me. And I know that that piece of content I've created is more engaging, or I was gonna say more likable, but I guess that could work too.
Yes.
Different ways to use memes. You can promote your products and your services and your benefits of your business, promote your brand values, make your audience laugh with a niche joke. Like we were talking about, the hair one is a really good one. Like if you're a hairdresser with that pink hair, oh, you're not a natural blonde.
Like,
I'll never tell. And it's a really great way to use to share user-generated content, whether that is something that they've made with like a product you have, or something that like a photo they've sent you of them like taking your course or something. It's a really great way to kind of repurpose that and maybe like use this clueless photo. I told you, like clueless, and add some tags or like a description to it.
I love it.
Here are some examples. On the left, I made for a co-working space, and then the 2 on the right are for my course. And so you can see that like I've tagged the benefits of the co-working space in Rihanna's dress, and she's looking at them lovingly. I love this one. I love Rihanna. In the middle, it's supposed to move. I think I just took a screenshot of it, but it's from Princess Diaries when I'm pampering her.
That's one of my favorites of yours. But I love like
it's me too.
Because like I always like, and for you guys who are watching too, where memes for me are, I like to, because I still have some people who'll be like, but I'm not funny, Maddie. And it's like,
Yeah.
you might not be funny, but it's one of those things where memes are a great way to fool people in thinking you are. And honestly, you probably are. Like everybody just has a certain type of humor. Like, and so even like mine is obviously very like witty and like sassy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could borderline dark, but I don't show that part. But where even if it's dry humor, like you can still, because I had this conversation with somebody the other day actually. So I've never actually watched The Office. I've tried. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, how can you not? And it's just like, that's not my humor. Like
Yeah.
I've seen stuff, and I have clients who the office, that is 1000% their humor, and I can apply it, you know, but it's just like,
You
that
can
is
use those
not,
GIFs.
yeah, like exactly, but it's just not me. So for you guys thinking that if you're not funny, or like how to even find ideas, you know, where it's like, you are like, you just need to get rid of like that thought process and just start to like search Jiffy and start to search reactions, you know, like search things like like shows that you love, movies that you love, people that you love. Because it's funny, because I always, the one where the Rihanna one, I love those ones, and those are ones that I kind of always struggle with, like coming up with myself. But you know,
Like
after,
using like the tag kind of
yeah,
method to it. Yeah.
yeah, but I love when I have a good idea. It's just one of those things where I can never really come up with ideas for those type, but when I do, I love them. So like I'll try. So for instance, the one with the 90s like superstars, you know, that
Yeah.
was one, but it was multiple people. But the one that, like the Rihanna one that I like, that I'm thinking of that would be on brand for me, is Stormy Kardashian,
Mm-hmm.
Kylie's daughter, and she's in her pit of balls. And the ones that, like, this was a while back, like meme that I saw a lot, but it was like, it's like her under all these balls, and people would like put around her like overwhelmed, you know, where it's like you're overwhelmed and like all the things you have to do kind of thing. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's
Those are,
so and again, that's an idea for you guys, where it's like, think of your to-do list for your industry and like use it on that, you know, where it's like, or maybe it's not your to-do list, or it's like everything you solve. So
yes. Yeah. I have, for this one, it's not meant to be funny, but it's funny because if you are like in my audience and you know Princess Diaries, you're like, that is such a funny scene
yeah.
in Princess Diaries. This guy coming in and pampering her, and she's just, it's like, first of all, it's a perfect movie. And so this is like all the benefits of the course, that you can see all these like pampering moments, and they're not like exact, like I didn't tag like the cucumbers on her eyes and like stuff
Right.
like that, but it's funny to people even though it's not like meant to be funny. And same if you've ever seen oops, I'm tapping the screens on my iPad. If you've ever seen Dollface, like you understand like what the scene is from and how it like works with the description of it. So yeah, it's definitely like up to your audience to kind of decide if it's funny or not, which sucks because if it flops, you're like, oh, I thought it was funny.
Right. But at the same time, I challenge you guys where, and I know like I've talked to other Hive members, get the memes or posts that they use. These are always the highest performing. Like, it's one of those things, tell me I'm wrong. Ooh, that's a good post idea. Right?
Yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong, that it's like, these aren't your most used posts
Yes.
or
That's a good
save
one.
shares or whatever.
Yeah. Back to you talking about like finding the perfect GIF. A lot of the times, if I just search like, I'll show you guys in Canva how to find these in a minute. I can't remember where it is in the slide in a minute, but if you just go in and you search like the first thing you think of, like I would think of maybe Clueless or like a reaction of some kind. If you search in a reaction, that's a really great way to get a lot of different, like a span of pop culture, movies, TV moments. So like maybe if you like search a reaction like shocked, you'd get something from like The Hills, Princess Diaries, like a bunch of different stuff. And then you can kind of pick and choose like what goes best with your brand and even like your color scheme that you're going with for that post and like your whole feed and stuff like that too.
Oh, hey.
Okay, now we're getting into Jiffy stickers. These are the Buzzing Blondes Jiffy stickers. Ever heard of her? Jiffy stickers increase your brand recognition and your engagement, specifically in your stories. That is like the number one place to use them. I see them sometimes on people using them on Reels and TikTok. That's probably like the step down. I use them on my website. And I've wanted to switch from Wix to like a better performing platform, but Wix lets you just drag and drop stuff, and you can do that with Jiffy stickers, and that's like the sole purpose of you staying on Wix is because it's so easy to use Jiffy stickers. They're transparent, animated files, .gif, can be made in Photoshop, After Effects, Procreate, other iPad apps. And like I said, Jiffy just came out with a section of their website where you can make your own. It's still very limited, and it's mostly like kind of what you would do on Photoshop, but easier. And it's not, you can't upload, okay, how do I say this? You can only upload a photo that they will then like animate to do things like on the screen here, instead of making like animations, if that makes sense. So like on Maddie's, this one that says create a buzz with the bee flying around, you can't make that in Jiffy. That's something you'd have to make in like Photoshop or After Effects, which is like where I come in. So you could make,
because like there is a tutorial like in the Hive of like, because you guys can make some things in Canva itself. Like I've seen that too, where so you can make them yourself in Canva. And I'm not sure if I'm sorry if I'm like jumping ahead, but it's one of those things.
No, go ahead. I don't have that part in here.
Okay, cool. So like you guys can do that, but what I always like to stress to clients too is like, even if you make them yourself, it's like you would still want to upload those to your GIF, like your Giphy account on the actual website, because that is how people will be able to search. Like if you typed in the buzzing blonde, you're going to be able to use my stickers, so like I always laugh when you guys all know I'm a savage, where it's like I see other social media managers be like, this is how, because obviously I've made the tutorial myself, like no doubt. But they'll be like, yeah, you can make them yourself, and then yeah, people feel cool. And I'm like, yeah, that's great. But like, let me one up you and actually like, hey, you can search my stuff and like you could use it. So like, it's one of those things where I tell clients too, and all of you guys, where it's like, have the upper hand, like, you know, where it's like, this is one of those like secret ingredients, I think, where it's like up leveling your marketing, where it's like I always tell people, you don't need to be a Fortune 500 company in order to have Fortune 500 marketing. And like literally, like I am nobody, you know, where it's like Oreo has their own stickers, like the Kardashians, Taylor Swift has her own stickers, like bitch, I have mine too. Yeah, like just saying.
Yeah, this is a great way to brand your stories in a way that like the majority of people aren't doing.
Yes.
Like you could easily, this upcoming masterclass, e-course template, like all that stuff, you could easily just like type out in your stories. But because it's animated, people stay longer, they notice that it's your colors and it's like specific to you. If they're just like, you know, flipping through stories, they see your colors in your face and they're like, oh, upcoming masterclass, what is it?
I mean, obviously I like still swoon over my Giphy stickers, because I'm just like, damn, those are good. But also the point being, and again, Erin will go into her course that I actually purchased and am still working through as well, because but if you aren't one who, you know, wants to sit down and like, because I know how to make these, but I'm lazy. I was lazy. I was like, just Erin, can you do this? Like, that's coming from me, where it's like, yes, I'm a graphic designer. Yes, I can do these things, but animated graphics or anything like that, I'm just kind of like, I'm like, here, take my money, take it, because I just don't want to do it. So anyways.
Yeah, you can definitely. I have a section in the course where it teaches you how to use like free tools like Canva and Easy GIF, like to make your own Jiffy stickers. The only issue I have with those, great for if you're low budget, you want to learn yourself, maybe you're like wanting to like make this your own service and you like kind of want to get the basics of it. I think it's a great way to learn, a great like starter GIF pack. The only issue is it's like not as optimized and you can't like edit the resolution of like Canva.
Yeah.
And so when you make them in like Photoshop and After Effects, you can adjust all that to make it look its absolute best on your computer, onto Instagram stories, onto your email, like all that stuff. So that's why I recommend hiring someone or learning how to make them in Photoshop, which would probably be like the easiest transition for most people. And then I have here, they're easy to DIY, but professionals are out there to make them. And like I said, mostly used on your IG stories. You search them by using keywords. Like I talked about, tagging your own Instagram name or your own social media handle to be able to find them quickly. like, I think when you did these, do you have like the buzzing blonde and buzzing blonde, or do you just like have buzzing blonde for your keyword?
I've searched both, and I feel like both have come up both times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, you can have, I think, up to 10 as long as they're not spammy. So like don't put like um, things that they aren't. Like these are clearly like yellow and social media and like bees and stuff like that. But once you get into like calling them nature and like things like that, that gets spammy, and Jiffy will flag that. The thing about Jiffy is that they're like, it's not automated. So everyone, there are people behind everything you submit to them who are like combing through it like with their own eyeballs versus like a computer just like scanning it and like approving it. So it's kind of intimidating as someone who works with submitting them to like submit these Jiffy stickers and have them like look at your work, probably like, oh, that's a dumb GIF, or like approving or disapproving what you're doing. So I always get like a little anxious every time I submit, just because I know that there's like multiple people looking at it.
Well, and it's like if you're an artist too, like where it's like like in college, like where that like it's so funny because I think about this all the time when I'm creating graphics for clients, where that was me in like where I'm my own critic, where it's like in college and school, like you would have like your creative briefs or whatever, and like your professor would like tear your shit apart, and I'm just like, I wonder if like if I were to hand this to like even my Adidas boss, like where she'd be like, that's dumb, like
yeah.
And like
she's like, what's a meme?
That's obviously why I love doing graphics for social media, because those are very like, that's so completely different from what I used to do like in the Adidas world and like other industries. So
yeah,
basically you can do no wrong. Like there's no wrong to like bad way to do this stuff, honestly.
Yeah, and you just learn from everything. So like maybe you make yourself Jiffy stickers using like Canva and EasyGIF, and you're like, oh, these are really cute. And like in a month you go back and like, you took my course and you go back, like, I kind of want to learn Photoshop, and you remake them and you're like, whoa, these look really good. It's just a learning experience, and
yes,
you can make them or hire me to do it anyway. So
either works. I've done both, you know.
And so like I've said multiple times, different places that you can find Jiffy stickers. You've seen all these. I added in infographics because I think that is specifically for like Pinterest. I think that's a really great way. You make an infographic, you know, they're kind of like Pinterest size, maybe like the longer pin, add in like some arrows and like little stars and stuff is a really great way to use Jiffy stickers as well.
Yeah. I'm so glad you mentioned Pinterest, because yes, like the infographics, again, another mastermind, but infographics are amazing for Pinterest.
Yeah. I need to like take a course on infographics because they can be super helpful, whether you make them or if you like you are finding them on Pinterest and you just like see an infographic for Jiffy stickers, like super helpful and super engaging as well.
Yeah.
Use them in email marketing, your landing pages. Like I said, I use Wix specifically because I can use Jiffy stickers on there. I think you can embed them like on Squarespace.
You can.
You can, okay. And you can embed the Jiffy stickers anywhere. It's just like, in my mind, I don't know how code works, so I don't know like where it would end up on the page. You don't know either.
If anybody has a coding friend like that wants to teach like a basic coding, that'd be cool, because I know.
Yeah, because like on Kartra, there's different ways for you to code things, and I would love to like be able to add in something extra, just like GIFs, for instance. But yeah, that's like a whole other thing. Like I said, that's why I use Wix, because it's easy for me to drag and drop the Jiffy stickers, whether that's to promote my Jiffy stickers or if I'm using them as like a call to action or like to draw attention to something specific on the page. Same with email marketing, makes them recognizable and makes you stand out from like all the other promotional emails that we're getting. Okay, and then this is a really fun one that I mentioned slightly, is to repurpose your stickers into posts. This one I did for
I literally wrote a note down, like from your one that was like, you're my favorite notification. Like you gave me an idea where it's like to use that as a post. So yeah, anyways, amazing.
Yeah, it's a really great way to repurpose content. And like I'll show you after this, after my last slide, how to find all of this on Canva and make it really easy for you to repurpose all your stuff. So we did always ask for permission, typing it out, and then we made this for her. We added her logo and her handle on the bottom.
Cute.
Easy peasy. It was already made. Slap it on there. And then here we go. What?
Wait, what was her? I'm like, wait, that's cute. Was that a client?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a set of Jiffy stickers for her, and then part of it was repurposing them into posts. It doesn't always work with like the stickers you've made. Like, we go back to Maddie's.
Her account's super cute. So I was like creepy, and I'm like, ooh, her account's pretty.
Yeah, she's a sales coach. She's really great. Like all of Maddie's, you could repurpose your stickers into posts. I think the only one that would look weird, and it's like one that you would add to another post, is this top right one, like with the honeycomb. Like you can't make a whole post out of it, but you can add it.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining just like you posting honeycomb movie.
I'd like, be like, what? People are like, are you okay?
And you're like, no, I'm not. Okay, so Jiffy and Canva, this is like, I don't know if people know to do this. I feel like
they don't because like I posted this once and a few Hive members were like, wait. And so like, I'm glad you're bringing this up because you can also find like those movie, like the pictures Erin was talking about too, like literally.
It's fantastic. Yes, I'll show you all of that real quick. So you can create your posts and your pins and email headers, all of that in Canva, and you can upload. You can either upload your Jiffy stickers to Canva, which is what I do just because it's easier for me to find them, or you can search for them in their Jiffy integration, which I'm going to pull up now. Maybe. Wait, hold on. Let me pull up a design real quick. Weird. Okay, Canva was telling me that something was wonky, and I was telling them, no, it's not. Okay, I don't know how, but I accidentally like chose a mobile video, which is fine too. So what you can do is you come down here to more, and you can see all these apps and integrations. You can find emojis, Pexels, which is like a stock photo site, Facebook, I've never used. You can create a QR code, your Google Drive, all that fun stuff. And they also have Jiffy. So here, these are all the trending ones that we just saw on their main page.
I seriously want to use that one now. My lips are sealed. Like I'm writing down notes of like content ideas I thought of like during this whole time, and hopefully hopefully you guys are getting like we're getting your guys' creative juices flowing as well.
Yeah, I hope so, because these are really fun to make, and really they're easy because I think it's because they are fun. Of course, it takes like planning, like anything does, but once you kind of like get the hang of it and have like, I want to tell them about, if you're promoting a product, I want to tell them about this benefit and this aspect, how much it costs when it launches, like stuff like that. I think it's really easy to start creating lean content from that.
And that just gave me an idea of like a challenge that I actually might post like next week, where when you're thinking of your content, where it's like, think of your topic / your pillar idea, and then like seriously, like come up, like think of 5 posts where, and try and find like create a meme or some type of GIF type motion post for it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think too,
that's a really good idea, because it could be any of the motions. It doesn't have to be.
And like, and it's like exactly where it's like, if you're thinking of like 5 ways to blank, where it's like, take that, where it's like, okay, can I find pictures that or reactions that match it? Or, you know, if it's solving a pain point. So here I am giving everybody 2 ideas right now, where it's like, there's a carousel idea, but then it's like, come up with like, what's a pain point that you solve, and like, how can you incorporate that?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
So here's how you can search GIFs. Like I said, I like to just search like for a reaction and then see like the different things that pop up and how I can use that. Cause like a lot of things, like most of this stuff isn't like on brand for me. If I mean, I could probably use like this Leslie one
Alan
or this
is like
SNL
like
one.
like my friend, like I'm so Alan from The Hangover. Like my friends are like, Maddie, you would be the one to show up with the cocaine. Like I've never done cocaine, like but they're like that would be you. And I'm like, honestly,
They're
probably.
like, you're right.
Like
So like, well, we said shocked earlier, so I'll just type in shocked. And this, okay, I actually posted this one yesterday, so
yes,
that's funny.
from The Nanny, right?
Yeah. Fun
Oh.
fact, Jacob actually got me the box set of The Nanny for Christmas. So we've been watching it, and then it came out on HBO Max this month, and I was just like, oh, thank you. Everyone can enjoy The Nanny.
Yes, I love The Nanny. Oh my gosh.
It's so good. So yeah, if you just type in shocked, you have come up with like the meme idea that you have, and you want people to be the reaction that they have once you tell them this information is shocked. You can use any of these. There's friends, several friends ones.
So many.
Um,
Yeah, people
so many
Friends.
friends.
It's funny because like again, just like The Office, I have like actually watched Friends, but it's like not. Again, it's not one of those things where it's like my brand. Like
Yeah, I've never seen it, and at this point in my life, I don't want to.
like I love type in like Sex in the City. Like those are okay. Well, there's Carrie too. Like the shocked one. I
Yeah,
love that one.
she's shocked.
There's so many that I have like, and you can, so fun fact, I think you can save some of reactions. So it's like one of those things too, where if you are like scrolling through the website, I'm right. Can't you like favorite some or save
And
them?
in Jiffy, you can like save it as a favorite, and in Canva, every time you open a GIF, we'll open several of them. 3 Sex in the City ones. It will automatically go to your uploads.
Oh, I didn't know this. I'm learning something new.
Yeah. So if you,
Oh.
yeah, and then I don't think, can you save them from here? I think you can. Yeah, you can move them to folders.
And the
Which is
reason
good.
why I like wanted to mention this was because, you know, again, where it's part of my process. I don't know where it's like when I'm like brain dumping content, because again, you all have to remember I'm like brain dumping content for like six accounts where it's like,
Yeah.
so if I search something and I'm like, oh, that's funny, you know, but like don't want to make whatever graphic right away, I'll just favorite them because then like like when I'm sitting down for that client's content or even my own, like I'll go back to the favorites and like again, maybe you guys will find your own system of like just wanting to scroll and find, you know, like favoriting and then
Yeah.
like coming back and be like, okay, how can I what post can I use this with?
Yeah. The way I do it is I create, like if I'm going to create a like campaign of images for like, we'll just go back to my course because it's easy because I've already done like the majority of the graphics behind it and stuff. I'll
Right.
just find a GIF that I know that I want to use, like it matches like the colors, the pop culture moments, like all that stuff. And I'll just keep like exactly like how I have them here is I'll just add them to one file. The way I'll do it is this is like for a mobile video, so it looks different than what
Mm-hmm.
you would normally see
Right.
Canva look like. But I would just add them to these and then like rearrange them after I figure out like the text and like all that stuff that will go with it too. So that's how I do it specifically in Canva since I make them in Canva, so it's easy to
Yeah,
find.
same. And like last note I want to say before you tell us about this said course that you have and that is amazing and that everybody should get. Just like I said, you know, if you're right now you're watching this and thinking I'm not funny. The other thing, if you God, hang on, I literally just lost my train of thought. I hate when this happens. Literally. Oh, what
Do you
was
want
I
me to
gonna
talk
say?
about how to find Jiffy stickers on here while you
Yes,
have your
yes,
train
yes,
of,
yes.
okay.
I'm like, what was I
So
gonna
if
say?
you want to search for Jiffy stickers, like a transparent background, it can be the ones that you've created or ones that you want to add to something. We'll just put in confetti transparent. Be sure you type in transparent and then it will show you all of these Jiffy stickers that are through Jiffy. Canva also has like their own sticker collection that's a little bit more limited. So I would definitely recommend using them through Fee. And then if you wanted to find your own, I must type in confetti again.
I literally can't think of what I was going to say. I'm so mad because it was a good point.
And then if you want to find your own, just don't type in like the at symbol. Just type in like your keyword, transparent, and it will pull up all of your stickers as well.
Amazing.
Fun. And these aren't even all mine. I think maybe I've missed some tags. Yeah.
Oh, they're so cute.
Thanks. Yeah, so that's the end of my presentation. Unless you had something, you didn't think?
No, now I hopefully like my thought process comes to me, but like tell us about this awesome course and what it's called, and just tell us about your course.
Okay, well, it's not open currently. If someone wanted to get into it, I would gladly let them in. It is GIF Genius, and it's all about teaching people how to, specifically like social media managers, content creators, people who want to add this as a service. When Maddie asked me if she should buy the course or have me make them, I was like, well, do you want to learn how to make them like for your own clients? Because I think it's a really great benefit to taking the course, is learning how to make them for your own clients, because then you can charge the cost of the course and make your money back immediately. So it's all about that, learning how to make them through. I have like an advanced side where you can learn how to make them through Illustrator and Photoshop. And then I have a beginner side where you can learn how to make them through Canva, Canva Pro, and like kind of mixing and matching these apps that we all already have, like Canva Pro. If you don't, you should get Canva Pro. It's the best. Yes. And learning how to make GIFs through that, and kind of how to transition you, if you're, like I said earlier, if you're learning how to make them through Canva, how to start making them like incorporating Photoshop as well. And then I have sections about how to get them on Jiffy, how to deal with Jiffy, the company, if they're like kind of blocking you from using these specific GIFs, and like some ins and outs of like tagging them correctly. Like I've talked about, like you can see that I didn't tag all of my Jiffy stickers with Content Factory KC, even though that's what our name is. So I need to go back and do that. Then there's a section about how to create your own service around it. You have access to a challenge I hosted, creating your own Jiffy service, which was a lot of fun, and helps you go through that. Yeah, what else? I don't know. There's 5 modules to it. We've had 2 live Q&A sections where I've talked to myself the whole time, but people had questions ahead of time. So I just answered the questions and did some tutorials, and adding in like advanced ones about After Effects, which I haven't added yet because I'm still teaching myself. And while I do use them now, like teaching someone how to do it is like a little bit daunting, because it's still like a daunting app software for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's just you're turning it into a GIF genius. That's why I named it that.
I love it. Okay, so if anybody in the Hive is interested, I'm gonna assume they can just like shoot you an email or a DM. Like, how would you like them to contact you?
Yeah, if you want to DM me or email me, however you want to find me. The course is not open like if you find the sales page on our website, but I'll gladly like send you the link to buy it if you'd like. If not, I think I'm going to open it if you're like contemplating it and you like want to follow me and like get a feel for me and what the course would be like. I understand. It'll open again like in July.
Amazing. Thank you. I'll end this and my thought will come to me. If it does, I'll let you guys know. But thank you so much for teaching this mastermind. I appreciate it so much.
Well, thanks for having me. This was fun.
Yes, so much fun.
I love talking about Jiffy.
Yes. And I'm excited too for like the Hive members, like to start to apply it to, okay. Oh guys, I just remembered it. Okay, here was the thought that Maddie had.
Here we go.
If you are a brand or whatever industry you're in, thinking that you shouldn't, because I hear this a lot with actually the wedding industry. Like I have a few like wedding planners and whatnot. and like they want to make sure, because especially I find that luxury brands like are always like on like towing the line of like should I start to use like memes and stuff like that.
Mm.
My answer is going to be yes, because I think there's a way, like, obviously make the background, like, if you're going to do a meme, like, obviously, where it's like, use your fonts, use your colors. But that's the thing, humor sells. Like, humor, it does not matter. Like, there's so many funny, like, 27 dresses memes, you know, where
Yeah.
it's like, and you'll have people who, like, and just like with the hair industry, you know, there's lines that there's those funny memes that kind of poke fun at clients. I never do that with my clients, but I mean, we laugh. We'll send them back and forth to each other
Yeah.
because it's relatable, but that's not their brand. Like whoever's posting that, like they know their audience is other hairstylists, not their
Right.
actual clients. So it's one of those things where like, even if you're in the wedding industry or have luxury in your type of like branding, you know, I think that yes, you can, because at the end of the day, like even these bougie people, like millionaires, like they have a sense of humor, like, and just test it. Like that's the thing with social media, like test it, like tell me I'm wrong, like prove me I'm wrong,
Yeah.
you know, if you, but I'm not, so.
Yeah. But I'm not. Oh, can I talk about the flash sheets before we go? Because I think that's
Yes,
a really good,
yes,
I
yes,
think
yes,
that's
yes.
a good way to like foray you into Jiffy stickers. I have, um, I've closed it for now because I had 8 clients, but I'm like through most of them. So I can take on more, but I'm not going to, this isn't something that I like offer all the time, but I think it's really good, like stepping stone into getting your own Jiffy stickers. They're called flash sheets that I've been doing. And they're like 8 different sheets. If you go to my Instagram, you can scroll through them. There are 8 different sheets, and basically you pick 6 GIFs, and I customize them with like your colors and things that you want them to say. It all makes sense when you see it. It's like a flash sheet that you would see at like a tattoo parlor on like Friday the 13th or like Halloween or something like that. And so basically you pick 6 different GIFs out of any of the sheets. It doesn't have to be all from one. And then I customize them for you. And then you get access to a lesson from the course and then a guide on how to upload them yourself. And that's $197. I think that's a really like great price for Jiffy stickers. It's like $300 off my normal price. And like I said, it's closed right now because of the amount of people I had sign up for it, but I will offer it to the Hive if they would like any of it, because I do have some time to work on them.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And seriously, check out her Instagram, because they are cool. Like it was one of those things I had FOMO where I'm like, well, I like those too.
Yeah.
I want those too. But also like I have the Gift Genius course, so I'm like, okay, Maddie, you can make them as well. So
Yeah.
oh
You're
my
like, I
goodness.
just have to finish the course first.
Yes. Well, again, thank you. I'm going to stop the recording now. Thank you.